Hey YouTube, it's Melissa Hurt of Integrative Studio, here with another video to help you become clear, productive, and influential. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create quiet time that suits your personality. Now, quiet time is so important, and we're used to hearing about quiet time for toddlers or preschoolers, like you need to have a quiet time because you're acting out. But really, we all need quiet time so that we can check in with ourselves, check in with our heart, clear the spaces so we can be focused and more present in our daily lives. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go away and take a long road trip to find some beautiful pasture to have quiet time. It can happen anywhere, and I'm going to show you how to create quiet time and the space for quiet time in a way that best suits your needs. Now, it's important, number one, to know why you want the quiet time. What's your intention? What's your goal for that time? What do you hope to have accomplished, for lack of a better word, by the end of that time with yourself? So, for example, are you looking to check in with your heart and just get clear on how you're feeling that day? Are you looking to communicate with God or whatever divine energy you identify as profound, so that you can open yourself up to your intuition and a greater sense of knowing? Are you looking to just get some peace and quiet so your brain can get a rest? What is it? What is your goal? What's your intention? Be clear with that, and that will help you stick with this practice. Number two, pick the same time every day to commit to your quiet time. Now, I want this to fit your personality. So if you are not a morning person, do not pick the morning time for your quiet time because you're not going to get the most out of it. Do it in the evening where you're probably most alert and more feeling like yourself. For me, I'm a morning person. I do my quiet time in the morning. If you don't have morning or evening available for you, but you definitely have a constant lunchtime, do it right before lunchtime. But find a time that's consistent that you can show up for every day so this becomes a healthy habit in your life. And then number three, before you start your quiet time or at the very beginning of it, I want you to take 3 mindful breaths. And think of this as rebooting your operating system. So let's take a breath together. And right away, you'll feel more grounded and present and ready to be with yourself or be with God or get the peace of mind, whatever your intention is for your quiet time practice. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into how we can create quiet time in a way that suits your personality. So some of us are very visually oriented. Some of us are more auditory. We really love hearing things. Some of us are more movement based. You can pick a quiet time activity that suits what you best identify as. So if you are a visual person, maybe your quiet time is spent outside, just looking at the trees and looking at the birds. Maybe if you want your quiet time to be a meditation practice, you include candle gazing or looking at a flower or looking at a beautiful piece of art and just gazing at it, closing your eyes and recreating that image in your mind's eye. And then when it starts to fade, opening your eyes to a soft gaze and recalling or feeling that image again, closing your eyes and again feeling it in the third eye. So that's something you can do if you are a visually oriented person. You can also journal and just read what you're writing if you're a visual person and it helps you to clear your space. Or you could read the Bible or any other kind of spiritual text. Those are all valid options for a quiet time that really suits your needs. If you're more auditory, again, you could go outside and focus on the sounds of nature around you. I guarantee you're going to hear some squirrels moving, some bunnies, some chipmunks, some deer, birds, whatever it is. Maybe it's hearing the kids playing in the distance. Maybe it's cars passing through and you're just noticing without any kind of reactivity or judgment. Sometimes a quiet time practice that's auditory can be listening to devotional music or something that really soothes your soul. I'm going to caution against listening to a podcast only because a podcast tends to be really informative and it gets our thinking going. And for me personally, quiet time is about getting away from the highly thinking self and getting into a feeling self, more heart-centered self. So that's my own cautionary advice about auditory listening for quiet time. If you're more movement oriented, you could do a yoga practice for your quiet time. You could go for an easy walk outside and focus on the feeling of your body as you move. For some, that becomes a walking meditation. You could even do a workout. Now, the caveat with working out is focus on the sensations of your body as you're lifting weights or doing cardio or whatever it is that you're doing in your movement practice. Make it a mindful movement practice, whatever it is. Okay. And then once you've figured out which of these practices really suits your needs, you're going to stick with it. Again, start with your intention. Make it the same time every day. Start with those 3 breaths. And then continue with your practice. Please turn off your phone or any kind of distractions when you're doing your quiet time practice. And make it sacred. Make it a non-negotiable, because your stick-to-itness for your quiet time practice is setting up a pattern in your brain for self-care. It's saying that you matter and that you deserve this time and space to restore yourself in this best way that you have seen fit. And it's important because the more that you fill up yourself, the more you can be available to other people. You cannot serve from an empty cup. All right, so let me know in the comments what kind of quiet time practice is going to work for you and what time you're going to do it. I want to know. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can be first in line to get my videos when they release on how to become clear, productive, and influential. Thanks.